it?
9:29.
9:29. 1 minute showtime. Rocio, sign in.
It takes me like seconds to fix it.
Stop it, Mom. You're gonna be fine.
Time is it?
9:30.
To go and gone.
It's time for me to go and get my little jog in. All right, on-time drawing. We have 19 people. So let me put in. All right, ready?
Yes.
The winning number is
10.
number 10.
Oh.
Who's number 10? Paris. What'd you get? What is this?
A portable AC adapter, it's a cooler, all sorts of things.
There's all sorts of stuff in there.
Yeah. Travel mug.
Courtesy of Denise from Home Partners of America, which you're going to learn all about here shortly, because I know that's why you're here. You're not here to listen to me,
Of course.
but unfortunately you have to. All right, so we're going to move right along. Check it on Facebook. Use these hashtags up here. Tag me, tag everyone around. There's Tony. Hi, Tony. Tag others. And all right, let's talk about some Rev Up trainings coming up. Tomorrow is Module 2, Establishing a Brand, Developing Your Farm. Tim is the new instructor on that one, if you hadn't heard. Tim is the new branch manager of our Summerlin office. David has stepped down from management. So Tim will be the instructor on Module 2 tomorrow. Then on Monday is closing the sale and creating clients for life. That's supposed to be 4 to 6 on Monday, but you know what? John is in the Caribbean. I don't know if he's going to teach that from St. Martin. Yeah, I think he should. I really do. And then next, so this module 3 is normally, we teach it on Wednesday, but it's being moved to Thursday because I'll be out of town as well. I'll be at the beach as well. Probably not the Caribbean. Newport Beach, Caribbean, you know, it's all the same. So I'll be teaching your databases, your business, and creating online presence. And that's going to be Thursday, 1 o'clock. And then next Friday is Module 4, the sales cycle and effective client communication. Jim is the instructor on that one. All right, we're off to a little slow start on this. We only have 3 cases of water. Now this is hydrating the homeless, and you know every year we do this, and I think last year we had like 7,000 bottles of water or something crazy. This whole, on the other side of that window, the whole thing all the way across was just stacked with water. So, you know, a case of water is only $3 or $4 if you can, you know, if you can donate a case or 2. But we only have 3 cases, but I know that we will come through. And so it's something near and dear to me. You know, the summers get awfully hot here, so if we could just do a little thing to help the homeless out there. All right, speaking of drinking.
It's not Friday.
The last Friday of every month, we have happy hour. And there'll be some water here, don't worry. So drinks and snacks are included on the house. So it's a week from tomorrow, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah, the 27th. We'll have happy hour. It's here, it's what?
Memorial Day weekend.
It's Memorial Day weekend. Kick off the weekend right. That's right. All right. Who has been to Spring Mountain Ranch State Park? Who's been to the plays out there?
Super
It's,
fun.
it's amazing.
I bought those tickets, so I'm ready.
Yeah, so who's already bought tickets?
We're all going, yay!
It's a blast. I think there's 30 or so that have purchased tickets so far, yeah. So, one of our agents has some connections for that, and he said he'll rope off an area for
Oh,
us.
good. Oh,
So we'll all be hanging out together, otherwise we'd be all over the place, which is still cool. But, if you've never been, it's up at Spring Mountain Ranch. There's actually an amphitheater up there with a big grass area. You can bring your blankets, you can bring, we're all about alcohol, aren't we? Why is that the first thing? Alcohol. Yeah, so bring your coolers, sandwiches, wine, beer, whatever. And it's amazing. It could be 100+ degrees down here. And you probably, by the time the sun goes down up there, you need a jacket. It's just a really, really cool, it's kind of a hidden secret up there. But yeah, so they do every summer, and they haven't done it the last two, obviously because of pandemic, but they do 3 plays. So we're gonna go to Mary Poppins, that's the first play in the series. All right, May 21st is the Shred-a-thon at LVR. If you have boxes of old files, take them to LVR, they'll shred them. Next Thursday's meeting is tips for preserving your home's value. This is Larry Perna with Bridge Home Inspections. He's a really, really good speaker and provides a lot of great information for us. So next Thursday, be here.
Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? How many years are you required by law to save your files?
I think it's 7 years.
7 years
Yeah.
from the transaction.
Although we have Sky Slope, so everything's in there now. So
So you physically don't have to.
you don't physically have to have a paper file in it. Yep. All right.
Super fun.
Every Friday, we're show your team spirit, whatever team that you like to support. We will be wearing jerseys. I'd like to say that we're starting it tomorrow, but I'm not going to be here.
What sport is it for?
Nicole's not going to be here. Nicole always wears a Dodgers shirt, whatever sport you like. So,
she's not
I
this
have
season.
Angels, I have Lakers, I have, so just whatever, Golden Knights I have Aviators. So whatever team that you like to support, every Friday we're Globetrotters. Are they still around? I remember as a kid, every year going to, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so that'll be every Friday.
Love it.
Except.
Remind.
Remind me not to look at it.
I don't like talking about this. Transaction desk is going away though. Transaction desk is going away. There's no stopping that. However, I have some good news for you. So, Sky Slope Forms.
Yay!
So, Sky Slope Forms will take place of Transaction Desk. It'll take place of Remind. So, as before I say, get to learn Remind, get to use Remind.
Screw it.
I almost said a bad word. Yeah. We use Teddy's. It's a little. Don't use. Now it has not been rolled out in Nevada yet. It has been rolled out in Arizona. I got a quick peek at it at our managers meeting. Justin from Rock Title was showing it to us. And he's going to be the trainer for us as well on Sky Slope Forms. So people say, well, we already have forms in Sky Slope. It's not the same as Sky Slope Forms. So Sky Slope Forms, you're going to be creating your transaction in there, kind of like what you did in Transaction Desk. So everything is going to stay within Sky Slope now. It's a beautiful thing because you create your transaction, you got the digital signature platform in there, and then you turn your files into Sky Slope. So, yeah, screw Remind. Because we're going to have Sky Slope Forms, and I believe it's pretty close to being rolled out here. So stay tuned for that. All right, Tony,
Yes.
what is happening?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely welcome.
So, I'm Tony Carrozza with American Home Shield. I have been working alone since January, you guys, so they finally have hired someone, and so they're in the process of dividing territories.
So we're
And
gonna
I'm
lose you, are
praying,
we?
well, I'm praying, and I'll be kicking and screaming
Who do I need to
all the
talk
way
to?
out. Kicking all the way out that they don't take me out of here. She's trying to keep me more in Henderson, because that's where I live. And I said, this valley, because she doesn't know, because I was born here, right? So the valley used to be this little, but now it's just spreading out. And she needs to come here and see how it's just going that way too. It's going a lot west. So I'm hoping, I'm still gonna have to migrate over here, so I'm like, no, don't take me away. So anyway, that's the good news, so I'll have more time to be around than the way, it's just been really hard being the only person, but at least have a job, right? So a lot of people don't have jobs. So I just wanna ask a question. In your last couple deals, did you put warranties on them? I'm just asking. It has to be me, I just wanna know.
Yes.
By hands, okay. Well, in this crazy market, people are not putting warranties on. And we are finding statistically wise that 55% of homeowners are not thrilled with their home purchase. I know somebody personally that was so sad that they couldn't find homes that they settled for something just because they were so happy they got a house, right? So that on top of, people do not have money for repairs. Like 64% of the population do not have an extra $1,000 for repair. So on top of being not thrilled with they didn't get the exact home they want, and they don't have extra money, and that 27% of our claims happen within the first 60 days. So they got this home that they paid more than they really wanted to pay for, right? Just because they wanted to get in a home, and then guess what? The AC goes out, or the water heater goes out. A water heater, the average price of a 50-gallon water heater without a home warranty is about $1,500 to $1,700. I had an agent across the street at Berkshire tell me, my husband got Amazon home warranty. And I would never say anything Amazon, and she says, and guess what? We have a 75-gallon water heater, and they denied it. Cost them $2,500 to repair it. So I'm just here to tell you, do we cover everything? Are there some out-of-pocket costs? Absolutely. But we are here for budget repair. We're not here to cover every single thing that goes wrong, but we are here to help mitigate the costs. So I just wanna, I know it's hard out there, and I know it's hard to convince sellers because they wanna keep every penny, but they're only hurting themselves because litigations are going up. That's another thing that's going up. People are getting in the homes and already not happy, right? Already not happy, spend a lot of more money than they wanted to, and who are they gonna come to? You guys. They're gonna come to you and say, rah, 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 why didn't you have me get a warranty? Rah, 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 why didn't you, So, with that being said, they can add a warranty for up to 90 days after close. We can work payments out with them. There's a way around this because I know they don't have a lot of money at the closing table to put the warranty on. But I just want you to know there's ways around it. So please feel free to reach out to me and we can figure it out. And my biggest competition, you guys, is not Old Republic or it's no warranty. That's my biggest competition is no warranty. So keep that in mind. You know where to find me. They all know where to find me. Nicole definitely knows where to find me. And thank you for all your support. And I look forward to getting to know some of the new agents here. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Shawnee, what's happening in the mortgage world?
Oh, Shawnee. Oh, Shawnee. Today I'm not gonna talk about rates. We don't have to because we know it's high. But let's find out what we can do. Epic is trying to help you and me. We all have to get together and brainstorm in this market, right? So we are trying to create a marketing group just to mastermind what we can do. So if you are interested, just let me know. We are trying to create a small group and just come up with certain ideas. You know, you and I, we can share what we can do. You know, you may have a different idea, and trust me, I lost so many refis due to, you know, interest rates. So I'm in your boat. We all are in the same boat. It's challenging. So let's get together. Let me know who are interested. We can create a small group and you know, talk about marketing tips. You know, mastermind, anything that, you know, we can do to help with current market
I
situation.
love that. I love
Yes.
mastermind groups where
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
get together
Get together
and
just-
discuss things,
Yeah,
so,
just
yeah.
let me know, okay? Thank you.
Awesome, thanks,
Okay, just some updates on training. Great training that's happening with rockuniversity.com and onerockstars.com. The difference between the two is onerockstars.com is genuinely for Realty One agents, right? So you're gonna get the schedules for both of these trainings when you go to each website. But if you wanna just gear a lot of training towards your OneSuite, which hopefully a lot of you are, who's using OneSuite? Who uses the website and CRM? Yes. Justin Taylor, who you've mentioned this morning and is running around Las Vegas this morning, hopefully he'll stop by here today. He is doing an amazing job, you guys. The training that's coming out of these Zooms, these are all online trainings. You don't have to be in a classroom. Log in from your phone, from your laptop, wherever you're at, there's Zooms. And he is fully covering how to really just intensify your website. I mean, so much great stuff. Today, at 1 o'clock, so it's Mondays and Thursdays, so I'm gonna just reiterate again, because I want everybody to know how easy this is. Today at 1 on a Zoom, he's gonna be doing create winning listings with Canva. Has anybody been interested in using Canva? Oh, it's awesome. I mean, amazing with the templates, but then they do video too. Have you guys checked out the video on Canva? It's really awesome. So today at 1 o'clock, that is gonna be listing presentations using Canva. And then on Monday coming up, which is specialized just for Realty One agents, 1 p.m. Monday, which is the 23rd, he's gonna be going into OneSuite, adding communities to your website. Have you guys seen the new features that they added with, you can master, you know, let's say that you're specializing in a certain master plan, or you wanna highlight on your website certain communities. He's gonna show you how to add those links, those URL links, to the master plans or those areas to your website. So when somebody is landing on your, or coming into your landing page, right away it's gonna show what you're specializing in. Sometimes it's Sun City, or sometimes it's a master plan. So that is Monday at 1 o'clock. But most importantly, just when you have a chance, please go to our websites, check it out. The training schedule is an easy one-click button in green, you can't miss it, and then you just register. You do have to register for these trainings, and he'll send you back a quick Zoom link that you can add to your calendar. Other than that, one more thing. We're having a little contest internally. Well, we're having a contest for me. I need you guys to do me a huge favor. On Facebook, if you can go to Rock University, they have their own Facebook page. I need your likes. Can you guys go in there and just hit the like button, hit the join, become a part of that Facebook page? I would really greatly appreciate it.
Have you sent it to us to like it?
No, it's just go to Facebook and
What is
go
it
to your
called
site. It's Rock University. They have their own page, and if you guys can just throw it, we'll join. We want you to join, first of all. There's a lot of great stuff in there, but
And then it's pending.
but the more I get to join, okay, so don't say that I announced that. Anyway, thanks you guys for all the support.
Who would I tell?
I know, right? Who would he tell? I think I'm gonna have Brad stopping by this morning from our escrow team. We're gonna try to be in the bullpen on Thursdays after sales meeting. If you guys ever have escrow entitled questions, scenarios, just need some help on, even if the transaction's not with Rock, we're here to help you guys, so.
Are you still doing Thursdays after this meeting?
Absolutely, I'm always gonna be here after the meeting, yes, except for today, I leave a little bit early, so right after the meeting, if you guys have something you need help on, I'm here, okay? Thanks for your support, always,
Awesome.
appreciate you guys.
All right, so normally at this time, we do stats with John. But John's not here. Same harmony. So I don't have the stats or anything, but I just want to talk real briefly is the market's changing, guys. You know, that those listings coming on the market, I was just talking to Jeff Wilson, and he gave me the number, there's over 3,000 single, or was it 4, I don't know. The market is changing. So whereas before you could take a listing and throw any price on it that you wanted and probably get it, can't do that now. When you're going out on listing appointments, you know, you need to educate your sellers that the market is changing as well. So just kind of keep an eye, watch the stats, watch how many listings are on, because that's a telltale sign of the market changing. So with that being said, let's welcome Denise from Home Partners of America. So, if you remember, she was out just a couple of months ago talking about this program, and some of the agents really took it to heart. Ken, who wanted to be here today, new agent, 8 months in the business, he's already got 3 of these deals. Now, these are 3 deals.
Since I was here.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So these are 3 deals that he would not have had before. These are three clients of his that could not get approved now for a home, but is willing to put in the work to get approved down the line. So, and he got paid a full commission. It's not a rental commission. So, welcome, Denise.
Thank you, I'm so excited to be back here, but I found out that if I come back, or when I come back, I should say, if I know I'm gonna come back, I need to do that on Fridays, because that's when all the fun happens.
We can
They have to give me a Thursday.
make that happen. We can make that happen.
Well, thanks, I might even sponsor something. I've got so many things, I've got notes here, hopefully everybody's got the books over there, because there's a place for you to make notes. I'll take questions after, but I've got a limited amount of time. I have a lot to talk about, and Mark already talked about Ken, which has just been awesome. We've got, I think it's just we've got 2 people from the Henderson office. I was there on Tuesday, and they wanted to learn about marketing today before they wait for me to come back there. So I'm so excited that they're here. I am going to ask a question for a raffle. The Henderson people can't answer this because it was just Tuesday that I asked the same question. I actually talked about it the last time I was here. Just want to remind you. Okay, the question is this. Who was it? Well, the last time I was here, I had said that one of our original investors from 2012 actually acquired us for $6 billion about 8 months ago. Who was that investor? What?
I missed the class last time, so.
You missed the class. Well, see, you could have got it back.
That's what I'm here.
Okay, I'll give you. No.
It's a bullseye?
I'll give you a hint. Prior to things changing, I think it was yesterday, last week, they gave all their employees a $5,000 bonus.
Blackstone.
Thank you. Now, you also did one more thing. We're gonna have to do some kind of raffle, there were so many. So, yeah, so Blackstone, actually, I had a client that told me, and they go, did you get a 5,000 bonus? I go, okay, I visit here, I don't serve drinks at night when I come here. I actually work with realtors. So unfortunately, I was not one of them. But the reason why this is important, okay, is because again, if you're gonna talk about Home Partners of America, you wanna know that, you know, who is behind Home Partners. You wanna feel confident about it, right? So a lot of people, there's a lot of scams out there, right?
Yes.
And if you Google Blackstone Home Partners of America, the morning it happened, we were in the Wall Street Journal and Inman, every major publication. There's a great press release in there, why they valued us at $6 billion. And you can overcome that because again, we're the only program out there like this, so a lot of people think it's a scam, okay? We're not, we were very solid prior to them taking over, but now we are powered by Blackstone, so that's pretty huge. What? Okay, cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little review on some criteria about the program, because some people weren't here, but I'm actually going to really talk about the marketing part of it, okay? Kind of like the part 2 of it. So just a reminder, Home Partners is investor by Blackstone, okay? That allows your qualified clients to look at homes.
It's for sale.
They're on the for sale market. You weren't here, how do you know that?
We
because I've been studying and I'm already an agent with you guys.
Then I'm gonna have to
I'm
give you
2
something,
minutes.
okay. Oh my gosh, that's great. What's your first name?
Myra.
Ida, okay, cool. Well, thank you. Okay, so they're on the first seal market. They get to choose that home, okay? And we will purchase it on their behalf, and we will rent it back to them at a pre-agreed price. But the beauty of the program is this, we're a lease purchase program. They have the option to purchase it as well. They don't have to, we're not a rent to own, they don't have to purchase the home, but you know, we help people out for several reasons. And we'll be talking about, you know, who can agree 2021 and 2022 was not the year of the renter?
Yeah.
They had no security at all because they got these little, you know, messages, guess what, 30 days you're gonna be homeless. And then there's the people that are already coming to you that think that they're ready to purchase a home with interest rates, you know, rising, they're not quite where they need to be, but they're excited, they've already got their couch picked out, and you have to burst their bubble, right? So there's a great way, we talked about it last time, tool in your toolbox to help what normally would be a dead lead, or that renter that you hide from, come on, we know you do, okay? Front desk, or somebody comes in that says for a renter, and y'all, who could get in the bathroom before, lock the door, right? Okay, you get full sales commission, okay? So, so that's kind of what we talked about before. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but in 2021, we added a category. It was called discouraged buyers. Okay, those buyers that they were pre-approved FHA, VA, weren't getting their offers accepted, right? And they're discouraged. So a lot of our agents switched them over to Home Partners. We purchased it cash, okay, bought the home, and they turned it around and purchased the home back. In fact, in March and April, April broke the record in March. We closed the most homes since our history, since 2012. And both months, we actually turned them over that people purchased them. So one, I want to answer the question that people are thinking, are you competitive? Because it's still competitive. Certainly inventory is going up, right? But it's still competitive. Yes, okay, we're buying a lot of homes still, but there's a lot of people that are turning it over and purchasing them as well. So, let me, okay, so again, reminder, we're a cash buyer, quick close, no appraisal contingency. We do not do an appraisal because we're cash, okay? We purchase single family homes, fee simple townhomes in great neighborhoods, and we turn all your rental leads into full sales commission. We do not take a percentage, we don't take a service fee out of the commission, because you're our liaison to find qualified people for us to purchase the homes, okay? I'm gonna just run through this so we get to the marketing part. Real quickly, how the program works, you're gonna pre-screen that prospective resident with our basic criteria form. 6 questions, and we'll be talking about that in a minute. But it'll be just 6 questions. This way you'll know if you even can move forward with that person, if they would actually be qualified for our program. You're gonna invite them from your portal. Everything's powered through your portal. Invite them to complete the full application, which is like a lease application. Then you're gonna, once they're approved for a rent, you're gonna help them find an eligible home that's on the for sale market, for sale that they love or at least like. Submit the home. And that's when you become our buyer's agent. You now represent Home Partners in the transaction, and when it closes, you will receive a full sales commission. The great thing is, all they're doing is signing a 1-year lease. We're purchasing the home for them, and all they're doing is signing a 1-year lease. That's all they have to do. That's the biggest commitment they have, is 1 year. How many people are relocating to Las Vegas?
Lots.
You're running out of water, aren't you? I read about that on Facebook. Those California people, isn't that what it is? See, I watch Facebook to know it's the vibe in Vegas. So, 1-year lease, that's it, okay? But then they have options, okay? Now, we talked about this, it was not the year of the renter this year or last year. We're actually a 5-year program. They can actually use this as a traditional rental, okay? They'll get a pre-agreed price up to 5 years of what their rent is. They also have, can feel secure because we're not gonna sell the home. In fact, if they moved out in a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, we don't sell the home.
Yeah.
And that's huge, right? giving them security. So they could actually use it, use our program or renew, okay, up to year 5. So every year, they will make that decision, if they want to renew, and they already know what the rent is. So they don't have to say, yeah, I wanna stay, but what's the rent? Weren't a lot of people a little surprised this year when they went to sign? They were shock of their lives, right? So they can renew. So all they're doing is signing that 1-year lease. Every 10 months, they'll let us know if they wanna renew, okay? They can purchase at any time during their lease at a pre-agreed price as well. Before we make an offer, we will let them know what their purchase price is, should they ever, life changes, right? They might move in as a rental and decide, I wanna buy it, that's fine, okay? Very, very flexible. For the rent, it goes up 3.75, you'll wanna write this down in the back. It goes up 3.75 for the rent each year. We can all agree that it's going up a lot more than 3.75 in Las Vegas, right? If they purchase, it goes up 5.50 each year. And again, before we make an offer, they get the terms, they understand what it is, okay? And they make the choice every year what they wanna do. They can purchase at any point. So these discouraged buyers from last year, they were turning them around really quickly. You can purchase 2 weeks after you move in. Maybe it's, you know, they're relocating, they wanna try it before they buy it, okay? So they can purchase that goes over the lease. So, I mean, they're not breaking a lease to purchase it. If they purchase it, the lease voids, they don't get penalized, they can purchase at any point. If they're on a lease, it's 12-month increments. So the only time that they would ever be penalized is if they physically move within that 12-month period, okay? They make their choice.
What's the penalty?
The security deposit, which we'll be talking about. Or they can move out. Again, you know, we'll reach out every 10 months. If they haven't reached out to say they want to purchase, would you like to stay in the home for another 12 months? They already know what the rent is. They'll sign their new lease, or they can move out. We'll do a walkthrough like a normal lease to refund the security deposit, which we'll be talking about. Okay, very, very flexible. Life changes. Kind of changed about 2.5 years ago, didn't it? Who would have thunk? All right, so resident criteria. Let's talk about this real quick. We're gonna do this, the property criteria, then we're gonna go into marketing. So for the resident criteria, it's the annual household income of 40,000 gross or above. This is on page 4. I'll tell you 2 things that you'll wanna write down, but the slide's on page 4. So 40,000 gross or above, combined income, and if somebody in the household's on unemployment, we'll count that towards the 40,000.
Wow.
Isn't that nice? I had sound effects here. Meets minimum household FICO requirement, we use TransUnion, we do a soft pull, okay? And our FICO requirement, you wanna write that down, is 580. 580. Have you ever talked to somebody that's a 580, wants to buy a home, and you have to tell them you can't? Okay, 580, guys. Verifiable income, this is all in your portal, depending on how they get their income, but I'm gonna cover real quick the top 3. Is there a W-9? W-2. Thank you. W-2, I've been doing these all week. W-2, last 30 days of pay stubs. So that person that doesn't have the history, but has 30 days of pay stubs, okay? 1099, we've got a lot of realtors renting from us. Last filed tax return and last 2 bank statements. If they're relocating, like everybody is, we would just need their job offer letter, okay? Something new started last year. I'm sure this is a surprise to you. A lot of companies that are going virtual, that they can work from anywhere, are moving from expensive places, New York, LA, wherever, and they're living wherever they want because now they're working out of their home, right? They're working virtual. So we do have it. If they are, they can still apply, but we need proof from their employer that they could live here. Okay, because a lot of people are moving and then all of a sudden we found this out. Their employer didn't know and they weren't real happy. And then all of a sudden there was an issue. So we do need a letter from them that says that they can actually virtually work somewhere else. But there's a lot of potential out there of people, again, looking for a less expensive place to live.
please?
No open chapter 7 bankruptcy.
I'm sorry, but I have to ask the question. So I have a client that literally moved here with no place to live. So there's not an address to refer, you know.
Okay, we'll talk about that after. No open chapter 7 bankruptcy. If it was discharged or dismissed yesterday, they can apply today.
Wow.
Okay? If they're chapter 13 making payments on time, they can apply. Okay? So if you have specific, and I didn't mean to cut you off, it's just that I want to get through this, and then when I open it up for questions, we can talk about that. No disqualified criminal history, you go back 6 years for felonies. We go back 5 years for evictions. Minimum 45 days from date of application to move in. If you have somebody that just found out they're gonna be homeless in 20 days, I'm sorry, we cannot move any faster. So it's about 45 days, 45 to 60 days from the time that they apply to us, get approved, and that's just ours. As long as they send everything in complete and accurate, it's no human touches it, it just goes through the system and approves them, okay? Problem is 68% of people are not actually applying with everything accurate and complete. So, but if they do, I know, if they do, within hours you'll know, bring them out to find a home, submit the home to us. That department's open 7 days a week, and it's 2 to 3 hour turnaround to know if we're gonna purchase that home, okay? And so it's about a 45 day, no less than 45 days.
I'm sorry, you said 5 years for criminal records and 10 for?
Huh?
You say you go 5 years for criminal records and?
6 years for criminal history and 5 years for evictions.
5.
Security deposit is 2 months. Rent, now that doesn't go to the first and the last month like sometimes they do, it's just a security deposit that's put aside. It will be returned if they, automatically if they purchase the home. If they don't, if they're gonna just not renew, we just need to do a walkthrough like a normal lease to see the condition of the home in order to refund it back, okay? Application fee, for those of you that have worked with renters before, it's normally per adult rate for them to do the background check and the credit score. With Home Partners, it's $35 per household.
Is that a permit reduction?
Yes, it seems to be, and they're testing a 0 application fee in 5 markets. So fraud has gone up, and also denials have gone up because there's no skin in the game. So it's, I'm not sure that that's gonna happen. It kind of backfired. But for May, there's 5 markets. Arizona is one of them, which I cover, and it's really brought up a lot of fraudulent documents. So I'm not sure they're going to go forward, but 35 is for sure because it was higher. But I'm not sure we're going to actually. I don't know if the test is going well enough that we're going to actually roll out the 0. And then this is my favorite thing, guys. There's so many people that. You know, there's that are looking for a home that's cat and dog friendly. There's a lot of these lists out there that, hey, every pit bull is mean, when the poodle next door will kill you, right? Okay. We don't have any breed restriction. Okay, we're cat and dog friendly. It's on page 10. Total of 380 pounds total. And there's a so 1 big cat or.
108.
Yeah, 180 pounds. There is a $300 one-time fee each pet. That's one time, doesn't matter how long they're in the home, plus a $30 rent per pet. This is fairly new for us because we were having so much damage, okay, for people that weren't gonna buy the home. And we didn't wanna take away being able to allow people to have pets. So, so there are fees now involved in that. Okay, property criteria real quick, must be located in an approved community. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do, even before asking those 6 questions, is where do you want to live? And make sure that it's an approved community for Home Partners, which is on the portal, all approved communities. And we grow them each year. So, but if you have somebody that wants to move in a community that's not approved right now, there's nothing that we could do about it. But each year they do look at expanding approved communities in every metro that we're in. Single-family home, fee simple townhomes, we must own the land, must be in good condition. Remember, we're talking about 45 days. We're not a typical, a lot of people think you're an investor and they've got, okay, first, investor is a very dirty word right now, right? Okay, can we all agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, we're not looking for a home to buy and find somebody, and that's a big difference with us. We don't buy any home until you bring us somebody that is qualified to move in. Huge, huge difference. The other thing is we're not looking for a home that we can just, give a low offer and do the minimum and get somebody in there. We're looking for quality homes. We're turning around very quickly, looking for homes that might just need replacement of carpet, paint, a banister fixed. We're not looking to renovate a kitchen. Big difference, okay? Maximum purchase price of $500,000. I'm working on it. Right now it's 500. Okay? And lastly, 2 to 6 bedrooms on a lot of 2 acres or less. In our portal, for those not familiar with Home Partners, what we do is we actually have license for your MLS. We have an IDX feed twice a day, midnight and noon, that takes this information here and filters it into our portal. So when you see the homes that are in there, and I'll be showing it to you when I go online, when you see those homes, you will notice that they're listed by somebody. We don't buy a home until it's actually that you have somebody to purchase it. So these aren't our homes. These are actual homes that are on the for sale market that are listed in the MLS. It could be your listing, or somebody next door, okay, and another company. These are all listings that are in your MLS. But what we're doing is we're assigning rents to them because they're going to rent from us. Okay? Doesn't mean it has to be on the MLS for us to purchase it. Maybe it's a FSBO, or maybe it's a renter that's already in there and they just found out that their landlord wants to sell.
Will they allow solar though?
No, I'll be showing you the property guide that you can find out all these. I mean, if it's owned and it's not Tesla, we will, but they're rented now. So now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so the homes that are in there are, again, assigned with rents. They use a filter, but if you have somebody that their landlord's gonna sell, if the home meets our criteria and they're approved for the rent amount that we're gonna assign it, it's a great way to possibly get both sides of the transaction, because if the seller doesn't have an agent yet, and make somebody very happy because they don't even have to move. Okay? This is a little marketing thing thrown in, okay? So let me go into the so this is for future buyers, that person that maybe is not that confident as much as they were before COVID. Hey, I'm not as confident in my job as I was. This is a great way for them to move in, get their kids in school, start their life, and when they feel confident to purchase it back, they're welcome to. They already know what the price is. Not yet mortgage ready, we talked about that. Households relocating, because everybody's relocating here. Renters, low fruit, there are so many. In fact, 72% of renters have pets. The biggest frustration they have is that they can't find a pet-friendly rental, okay? So there are so many rentals out there, renters out there. In fact, write it down, there is a website, this is part of the marketing, it's called peoplewithpets.com, and this is actually for people that have pets. I know you can figure that out on your own. People with pets that are looking for pet-friendly rentals, okay? And discouraged buyers, we talked about that. A person that cannot get that offer accepted, and then they're using Home Partners, they have that cash backing to get the deal done. Okay, so now I wanna go online, show you, we have a lot of tools in here. Okay, first of all, if you're not already signed in, I'll just sit here. If you're not already signed in, if you're not already registered, where my name is right here, it'll say sign up. It takes less than 5 minutes. Okay. Then what you're gonna do is once you're signed up, you're gonna go to dashboard to the left. First of all, if you weren't here the first time, or some, for the people that were actually from Henderson, you know, we just did a really quick review. We do have a lot of training, which I think you brought up yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Thank you. It's not even Friday and I'm having fun. Okay, so, we have a lot of training, some is live via Zoom. Some of the managers actually do a training once a week. You can do that. We also have a self-paced training here. But let's go to the marketing, because that's what most of you are here for. So, we have a lot of marketing tools in here that are customizable, okay? And you don't have to use them. Maybe you're creative, or Canva is fantastic. But we have them here for convenience, okay? That you can customize them. And let's talk about the bifold, which is the first one, which you have in front of you. You should have in front of you. It's here, okay? It's a bifold, okay? It's a consumer-friendly piece. This is not to give to a consumer and have them figure out the program themselves, okay? It's just really a nice giveaway instead of just giving your business card. So if I've got a program I would love to talk to you about, okay? And you give this to them to pique their interest. Now, to customize all our materials that are in here, you would download the file as a PPT, which is PowerPoint. It'll go to the left here. All of you can see that. It'll go to the left. You'll enable editing. And then you're going to insert your information, your logo, your contact information, your beautiful or handsome photo, etc. A lot of people prior to COVID would use this for open houses. I know between homes selling quicker than an open house could be scheduled. And with COVID, I know, you know, that's not real big right now, but a lot of people, a lot of agents used it because it's a great way. I mean, we know with open houses, people come through that maybe aren't quite where they need to be to buy the home. They just want to get excited because it's maybe the layout that they eventually want, okay? And it's a great way to pique their interest and say, listen, I might be able to help you now. I'd love to give you this. I'd love to set up an appointment, again, to pique their interest and say, here's my card, I'd love to talk to you. So it's a great giveaway. Typically, when I do this marketing presentation, I always say if you're gonna do something first, I would say to take this, customize it, to copy 5 of them, put them in your portfolio or put them in your car, wherever, to have them handy. Because now that you know about the program and you're in the grocery store and somebody says, yeah, I'm having such a problem finding a rental. Instead of going to the milk aisle to ignore them, you can now say, wait a minute. Okay? Everyone laughing, you know it's you. You know it's you. Even if you're lactose intolerant, I know you run to the milk aisle. So yeah, it's a great piece to have handy just to pique their interest and say, I'd really like to set up an appointment with you. So, then we've got a direct mail postcards. Snail mail, right? But I'm gonna tell you, during the peak of COVID, a lot of my agents that were closing, we always ask them, what are you doing? I mean, these are best practices from our top agents. And we always ask them because we love to hear, how they're being so successful, but also because we want to tell all you how to be successful. So we've got all different verbiages to use, and what a lot of them were doing during COVID, and still doing this, they were using the one that says looking to rent a home. They were getting a list from their title company or buying a list for apartment complexes, because as you know, if it's a common door, you can't solicit, right? Okay? So they were getting a list with the addresses to send it, looking to rent a home. Now, why is that? Why was that so popular? Okay? During the peak of COVID, and still, people are working from their home. And there's a lot of people that bought or rented small spaces, not because financially they couldn't afford more, but they were going to an office. Their kids were going to school. Every night they were out, soccer games, etc., concerts on weekends. I mean, it's Vegas, right? There's a lot to do, okay? But now they're spending more time at home, okay? And what's happening is, if you're working at home, you got your laptop on your kitchen table next to your child that has a cereal bowl, right? So if you got if you're in a small space, you get a postcard mailed to you looking to rent a home, what are you gonna think? Bigger space, okay? I recommend, and this is what they do, they mail them like at Thursdays or right Friday or Saturday, because we know people a lot of times don't open their mail on the weekends, okay? So mail it at the end of the week, send it out, and it'll pique their interest. You're welcome to use any of them, okay? But right now, looking to rent a home, bigger space, okay?
So you're saying this marketing is available once we sign
What?
up? This is available to us to use once we've signed up as an agent?
Once you sign up, it takes 5 minutes. Once you're actually registered, right here, you'll just click sign up. Once you're registered, they're here.
I
have
just
to
did
take
it
a
while
look
you were
at-
talking.
What?
So I just did it while you were talking, so I can use this.
Wait, you were doing something while I was talking? Did you hear that? Am I not exciting enough? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, you said that the cereal, even if you're lactose intolerant, you still hide it.
There you go. This is a tough crowd here. Okay, so,
And the cereal bowl, because it's true.
the cereal,
so-
okay.
So,
There you go.
so we can use this right away?
You can use them right away. They're here for you. And like I said, if you're creative, you don't have to use ours, they're just here for
So you're really
convenience.
saying this is a tool to fish for clients?
Yes, exactly. This is how to proactively find clients, because the people that are closing, 25 plus with us a year at full sales commission, aren't just waiting for somebody to walk in the door to say, I want to rent,
So
right?
this isn't just, oh, I have a client, like I have a client that needs this, but the house is $800,000.
Okay, we'll finish up the conversation in a minute.
But it's
Okay,
for both.
so, what?
It's for fishing for clients and if you have a specific client.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can use, I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people use these for. As long as it's legal, do whatever you want. So make sure, we have a lot of people not doing it legally, so, okay. So, yeah, we have all sorts of weird stuff that goes on. Okay, so now we have the one-page flyers, okay? Again, the same verbiages, you can download it, you can customize it, same verbiage, okay? If you have a listing, okay, that actually qualifies for Home Partners, we have a flyer, it'll be the left one, the right is Texas. Texas is only 3 years, everybody else is 5. You could actually insert the home photo there, you can put the 5-year schedule on there, okay? If you were registered with Home Partners, and if you take a listing within 48 hours of it being on the MLS, if it meets our 5 pieces of criteria, you will receive an email from us that says it looks like you took a listing that may be able to be marketed as a lease purchase, okay? Now, I wanna bring this up now, I've had agents say, I don't need any more eyes on it, I'm getting all these offers, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, but if you have 30 offers on a home, you have 29 that need a home, right? Only one person gets that home. So there's nothing bad about putting more eyes on a listing to help these people that their offer's not accepted. Can you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cash is cash.
Yes, you can, right. So yeah, you will get a reminder that you have a listing, and you'll have to look at the property guide, make sure it's not got rented solar, and make sure that there's no disqualifiers, but we're gonna help you. We're gonna let you know if you take a listing, and we have, I'll be showing you, we have sign writers that then you can use if you'd like, but these flyers are great. Again, could be used for all different things. I'll tell you about, again, we have looking to rent a home. If you're in a network group through a chamber or BNI, etc., we all know that if it's not your time, that your week session to talk, what happens is you pass around your business card, right? And there's all these new people. Okay, you get a business card. Okay, doesn't pique much interest. Not saying that your logo's not pretty, but okay, it's one of the best logos out there. But the thing is, you want to pique somebody's interest, right? This is a great way if you have a networking event to customize these, and instead of passing around your business card, because it's going to have your information, pass it around. And I have somebody that did that, that gave me this idea. It's just like, now afterwards, after this network event, people come up to me. Somebody always knows somebody that needs to rent a home, right? Or rent, period. But I mean, there's all sorts of different things you can, all different types of verbiage you can use. But again, you know, right now, real popular is looking to rent a home. So it's a great way to, I have somebody that actually, when I used to handle Minneapolis, she belongs to a church. And these are the things you gotta think about, guys, these opportunities out there. Belong to a church, and if you belong to a church, if you're a member, in the back of the church, they have tables that you can put your business information. Well, she, along with 5 other realtors, would put their business cards. She never got any calls. So why don't you try this? And it wasn't this one, this is the one she's using now, but I think it was, I don't remember which one she started with. But she customized these, instead of putting her business cards, she would put these down. She's actually one of our top agents now in Minneapolis, okay? Because it piqued the interest, right? Okay, so say, okay, which business card am I gonna choose? What color logo do I like? You know, I mean, right? You have to differentiate yourself. So there's a lot of opportunities to be able to use flyers like this. You just gotta think outside of the box, okay? To be able to give a flyer instead of a business card, okay? We also have door hangers. Same verbiages. This is if you've got, again, think small space. If you're gonna use maybe the, looking to rent a home, there's small duplexes, okay? They have the outside doors, right? So you gotta make sure that municipality, you don't need a permit for it, but if you need a $50 permit, they'll pay for it if you get a client out of it. But just put on the doorknob, again, a Saturday or a Sunday, put your business card on there, hopefully you have stickers, and put those on the outside doors. Again, think small space. And I have somebody from another metro that called me and she's like, you know, I did what you said. And I'm like, this doesn't sound good. And she's like, yeah, you know, there's like 300 homes in this community, and I didn't even get 100 done, and people start calling me. And I always think like somebody from my company is playing a joke on me. Like, okay, and your point? So she's like, yeah, so she had already started, it was a Saturday, and people, it piqued the interest of, what are you talking about, right? Okay, looking to rent a home. So again, you can use any of them, but right now, think small space, rent a home. People will think, oh, maybe I can have my own office, right? Or maybe I can just hide in a room so my kids can't find me, whatever. I don't have children. So, not saying that children are bad. But anyways, I forgot it's being recorded.
That came from something.
I don't. Okay, so we have sign writers. This would be the only thing that you wouldn't get instantly. It takes about 5 business days. Again, you'll have to order them. We have all brand colors. So if you are a listing agent, you know, you can have them ready if you do have a home that actually is that you would want to advertise as lease purchase. Okay, let's talk about social media. I know this is going to be a shock to you, but that's number 1, okay, for promoting Home Partners of America. So let's talk about some tips for that, okay? And a lot of times it's hit or miss. You got to find out what works for you in your area, okay? And I'll tell you what consistently is being told in social media. Keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. Because if you know, I mean, with you know, social media, with Facebook, Instagram, whatever, it's this, right? People are just going through. So if you're putting all this stuff on, if you put lease purchase, they're gonna say, I don't want to purchase a home soon, right? Okay. Our top producers that are using social media for rent. Minimum household income, 40,000. Actually, a lot of them are using 60,000 or 70,000 because at 40,000, normally it will give you a $1,250 rental. And with inventory being so low, that's really hard to find. So a lot of ours are right now using a higher household income. No open bankruptcies. Pet friendly, make sure if you're advertising us to use pet friendly. There are so many people out there that are looking for pet friendly rentals, okay? But keep it simple. You wanna use, again, you know, FICO score 580. Because if you do this right, if you do the advertising right, you're gonna have so many people that qualify that you're not gonna want people in your drip campaign, right? Okay, I mean, that's fine if you talk to somebody that maybe they're going through a divorce, it's under 580, and you wanna work with them, you wanna help them, that's great. But you don't wanna attract most of the people that are under 580, because then you're gonna end up spending all the time doing drip campaigns instead of making money, right? So, so they use just simple FICO score 580, combined income of 60,000 or more, or whatever you wanna use, pet friendly, no open bankruptcies, no evictions last 5 years, okay? And they keep it simple, and they use for rent. Again, you can do it any way you want, you can figure it out, and that's fine, okay? Because something might work for you that doesn't work for somebody else. But I'll tell you that, again, consistently I'm being told that they use the word for rent. Okay, I know we're a lease purchase, but if you put for lease, what do you think? That bad experience you and your friend or your mother had with a leased car. Kind of like when you think rent to own, you know somebody that's had a bad rent to own. We're not a rent to own, okay? And when you advertise, use for rent. Makes sense, instead of for lease, okay? And a reminder, and I'll actually be sending this to Mark, an email to blast out to all of you, and it says it in our brand book. If you're advertising on your own, please do not use rent to own. We are not a rent to own, okay? So it's our rules to use that. But I mean, you can advertise as lease purchase if you would like, but again, remember, everybody has very small attention spans, and they scan, right? Or they go left to right. I was just saying who's single and you're the number left to right. Okay. Must all be married. So remember, I mean, people just, so the thing is, if you, like, so I had somebody that took one of the flyers, which I was showing you, and slapped on social media and didn't know why they weren't getting any calls. I'm like, I can tell you why you're not getting any calls, okay? You don't want to put, you want to intrigue them enough, you want to attract the people that most likely will be able to move forward with you, okay? But you don't want to put so much stuff that they're going to think, oh, I have to purchase the home. Oh, I have to stay there for 5 years, right? You want to be able to, I'm going to bring something up here. You want to, 300, you want to have the dialogue with them to make them understand that they have a lot of choices, right? So you're going to pre-screen your lead. You're going to walk them through. The program, the prospect guide, and in a second I'm going to show you where that is. This is the guide that you're going to use. You can use it virtually. You can send it to them prior to a phone call if that's how you're going to actually talk to them, or you can print it if you're going to meet them in person. So it'll be the prospect guide that's going to help you be able to explain the program to them and the choices that they have. Okay, and it's online. It's always current, so make sure to use that. And then you're going to invite them through your agent portal, which is you're going to send them the invitation. It will link you as the agent of record to protect your full sales commission should they bump into somebody in the meantime, that another agent that says, oh, I can help you. Okay, so if you invite them and they accept it, now you're the agent of record, and they also are now in your portal. And everything is driven through your portal. We're a virtual company. I'm pretty much your only human. I mean, they're human, but the only way we can move fast and get these people in their homes is everything is done virtually. There's not somebody you can call and tell them the story about grandma wanting to sell and what they want to sell it for. When you submit it, you're going to type up as much information for us to make a good decision on what our offer is going to be. Okay, so everything is driven through your portal. And then let me actually get, I don't know what I did there, so it kind of nasty. Let me actually go here.
Are you able to change the picture of the homes?
Yes, you are. You can overlay. And we're in the middle right now of actually changing all our marketing materials, and they're going to get that bigger and better.
So you can change it. I had actually called because I was trying to change it the other day because it doesn't match our West Coast vibe.
Yeah, not at all,
Yeah, there is a way to do it. I'll have to fool around with it, but I do know agents that have. I think what you need to do is
I've been trying, so I
reach out
actually
to
called
me,
in to ask.
because I know I walked somebody through it once, but it's been a little bit since I've done it. So I'll figure out how to do that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see. I'm trying to get my. show you these guys. Oh, you know what? Okay, so best practices as well as this. And I was talking, was it you or was I talking about the washer dryer?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was there was a situation with, then agent was not aware that, we actually cover all the appliances, okay, if they break down. Washer dryers, we don't. If the seller takes it, we don't replace it, and we don't repair them. And without getting into why, we are looking at maybe changing that. I mean, if another appliance breaks down, we'll take care of it or replace it. But the thing is this information is in like every guide we have. Plus, before they sign the contract, or before they give us the okay to make or you to make the offer on our behalf, it's also in there, but nobody kind of read it, even though it was like everywhere. And so then they were like, well, why isn't it covered? I gotta tell you, if you wanna be successful with this program, okay, you need to read these guides front to back, back to front, okay? And these guides are located on the left here under Education Program Guides and Documents. Do the view now, the link will come up, and bookmark it. Because if you bookmark it with the link, when we make changes, when you pull it up, it'll be current, okay? Like lately, I think the last time I was here, I don't think we were working with Open Door. We're now working with Open Door, Open Door Homes 2000 and newer, okay? But the instant that you guys found out about it a couple months ago was in our guide, okay? So best practices, if you're gonna work with this program, is to view, say, now this is the prospect guide, okay? Okay, and just do that. And then bookmark that. On the upper right hand side, if you're looking for something specific, like washer, we were just talking about, kind of loud. It'll actually have links in here, and it'll explain about the washer and the dryer. But it's really important that, again, even before you talk to somebody, that you, I like that sound. It'll actually explain, you'll wanna read through this prospect guide, because this is actually what you're gonna walk them through, okay? And the other guides, we have the property guide, solar, perfect example, okay? So if you have, the homes that are on our portal are homes that meet the main criteria. But homes filter in that they might have a disqualifier, such as you wanna know what our policy is on solar. So all you do, property guide, again, before you even see a home, make sure you're familiar with us, what we will not buy. It'll talk about solar. If it is leased, they have to be taken off before, they need to be taken off. If they're purchased, we will, that is fine as long as it's not Tesla. Because Tesla owns the roof, and we had a really bad experience that they didn't just go up there without even calling the resident, whatever. So that's the reason. It's not that we're against Tesla. Just want to make sure you know that. But it's just that their contract is kind of strange. So anyway, so we'll talk about what we will buy, what we won't buy. If you've got a home that's not on the MLS yet, you can actually look to see what we're looking to buy. Okay, but it's gonna walk you through homeowner associations. Gotta love them. About 70% of our homes are in HOAs. Probably the biggest headache we have is trying to get information from HOAs. So we do work with HOAs, but it's really important if you're gonna, before you show a home with that's in an HOA, that you read what could disqualify it before you even take that right out there. Okay? But again, all you have to do is do a search. But please take all these links and bookmark them so they're very handy for you if you've got any questions. The income verification, okay, this is going to tell you, if they're not if it's not a W-2 or 1099, it'll show you what what it is that they have to upload to us. Also, I want to point out here, we're setting people up for success, whether they want to buy our home or not, whether they just want to rent from us for 5 years. no matter what it is, we're trying to set people up for success. And because of that, it's calculated with a rent to, a debt to income ratio and a rent to income rate, a rent to income ratio and a debt to income ratio, okay? Depending on their FICO score, and it's actually detailed here. The reason being, I have a lot of agents say, you just approved them for $2,000 and they're paying $3,000 now, what's going on? Okay, do I have to tell you that people live paycheck to paycheck? People live beyond their means, right? We wanna set people up for success no matter what that success is. So we will not change what they've been approved for unless they could show more income. Some people forget to send their child support, or maybe their part-time job, whatever. I mean, sometimes they do that, but we won't raise it just to raise it because we want to set them up for success. Make sense? Okay, let's see here. The pre-qualification questionnaire, okay, the 6 questions. First, you wanna make sure where do you wanna live? And then if it is somewhere that we purchase, then these are the 6 questions that you wanna ask. These are the same 6 questions that are asked when they go to apply to us. So in your portal, if you have that they failed the pre-qualification, okay, it means that they failed the pre-qualification. But why even get them to that point? Because now you've already explained to them the program and they've failed. So use it up front to see if there's something, you know, that would deny them from actually entering our program, such as, are they a registered sex offender? Something like that would not get them into one of our homes, okay? It'll ask, does any household member have an open or unsatisfied Chapter 7? You know, just basic questions. And then you'll know if there's a chance that they'll actually be able to move on with the program, okay? And then we've got here all the program fees, the pet fees, utility fees are here as well. These are all guides that should be considered your Bible to Home Partners of America, okay? Is to know these. So many people find out these answers afterwards, and that's not a good habit to be in, okay? So these are, and again, I'm gonna show you where it is. Education, program guides, and documents. Okay, and last, and I'll open it up for, we're really at our time now. Remember to find the homes, okay? You'll move down. You'll go into Explore Our Markets. I wanna just say this, you should always keep this in mind, Home Partners. If maybe you're taking a listing, and of course, one of the 3, probably top 3 things you ask, where are you moving, right? Or maybe you have a friend that's moving out of this area. This is a great way to be a full service agent because most people when they move, okay, are looking for a rental first, right? Unless they really know the area, maybe if they're going by family, maybe it's a little different, but especially if they're relocating due to a job. This is a great way to find out is Home Partners in that area, in that metro, and maybe they're moving to be, for a job, being relocated to Minneapolis, okay? It's a great way to just email me, I'll give you the top 3 agents, Home Partners agents in that area to put them in great hands, okay, to help them out. You can work out that referral fee, and you're really, again, being a full service agent, okay? Lastly, let me just click on your metro, okay? It's gonna be a reminder, right now it's 500, I'm working on it. Don't yell at me. Okay, we actually listed by hyperlinks by high school of what the current approved communities are. And by city. Okay, so let me just pull up this for the heck of it, real quick, and then I'll open for questions. Okay, it'll be a map. Again, these meet the main criteria. There could be a disqualifier in why you have to read the property guide. See? Okay, this from your MLS, and what we're doing is we're assigning a rent. We're a 5-year program, so it's gonna show 5 years. The rent is done through an algorithm. So another benefit to an agent is this, or to a potential renter. We had to make an offer, $40,000 over for the home, okay? And we've had to, on some, right? $20,000, $10,000. Their rent is not going to change. We're not gonna penalize them because we had to pay more for that home, because it's actually done by an algorithm. Okay, another benefit for a renter. Now, the right to purchase will change. That will reflect what the offer is going to be. They get anticipated terms before we draw up your sales contract and send it to you along with proof of funds to make the offer on our behalf. Okay, so the right to purchase will change. It will reflect what our offer is going to be. Okay, but the rent will not change. That's huge. There's a lot of renters that have been burnt in the last year. Okay, it's a great way to give them security. Yes, did you?
Yes, once the tenant is ready to convert the lease into a purchase, do you guys do the loan for them, or they can pick the lender that they want?
Lender, wasn't there a lender in this room?
There you go. No, she went.
I'm not gonna answer.
So,
No, we're not a lender,
okay, good.
okay? We have cash.
We answer that.
So if they want to exercise their right to purchase, first of all, that transaction is between them and us, okay? But, you know, it's nice if you've kept in touch with them, and we would hope you would, to bring them to your preferred lender, to make sure they're in great hands, because we're not a lender.
Because you're the seller at that point.
Mhm.
Correct.
And they already know what the cost of the home is to purchase it back, but you please keep in touch with them too. And keep in touch with them also, because they might move into one of our homes thinking they wanna purchase the home, and maybe they need something bigger, smaller, maybe they just don't like the neighbors. And now they're ready to be able to purchase a home. It's a great way to now, one and done with Home Partners, okay? But now they're ready to actually purchase a home. You get a second commission. But don't push them out of our home to get it. Sorry, I think you're, I don't, okay.
How does it work if you have two tenants who are not husband and wife, just maybe like cousins, they wanna go in and they wanna do this together?
They don't have to be
They
related.
don't have to be related?
Yeah.
Okay, they just both apply separately and then-
Yeah, no, and that's a great thing about the application. So, they always say, you know, you gotta remind these people, your agents, because we get the application, it's such a mess. It will say on the application, is everybody on the application that will be living in the home. So it won't be a separate one, it'll be everybody that will be in the home is on one, okay? Now, say you have two cousins, and maybe one, for whatever reason, doesn't want to be considered as part of the finances for the rental amount, for whatever reason. Maybe it's a husband and wife, right? And maybe only one wants to be considered for whatever reason. Whoever wants to be considered for the rent approval amount is who sends in their financials, okay? It'll be considered. If, for some reason, it comes back lower and they go, you know what, we can't even find a house at $12.50, right? That second person can then send it in if they want, but they're not required to in the very beginning, okay? What we don't allow, due to a lot of fraud, is this. Because we don't allow subleases, we don't do lease backs, I just wanna make sure that you knew that too. If, say we approve, maybe there's two people and we approve it maybe only for $2,000, but they really wanna be approved for $3,000, they go, oh, I forgot to put my spouse on there. Okay. Well, I know you're probably mad at your spouse that day, but it does say in 3 different spots, is everybody that's going to be living in the home on there. If the person is not already on the application, that person has to wait 6 months to reapply due to fraud. Because it's just, because sometimes it's like they just want to use somebody's income, right? I had somebody and actually the agent came up to me at a networking event after she had drinks. She's like, I just want to know, when I called you, I was really lying. And I'm like, really? I knew you were lying. Because she called, she goes, well, they forgot to put grandpa on there. You gotta do something. And I'm like, how could you forget to put grandpa on an application? It's grandpa, okay? Well, what I found out was grandpa was in hospice a few states away, was leaving money to the kids, okay? So there's a lot of fraud. So it's really important we ask it 3 times. Everybody that's going to be living in the home on that application, they have to check mark it. Okay? 3 times.
That doesn't mean all of them are using their finances, but
Yeah.
everybody has.
Yeah, as long as everybody's on there, they all don't have to use their finances. But if they're already on there, you can always add their finances. But we can't add a person and we can't take somebody off. Maybe somebody's denied because they are on a bad list, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and they go, oh no, we forgot, they're not gonna live there. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really important they understand, even though we try, like we have people all the time that say we forgot our spouse or whatever. And there shouldn't be any reason, they have to check mark that all the people that are going to live in there are on that application, then there's that flexibility.
So it doesn't matter if they're cousins or related?
Yeah, it doesn't
or
matter,
roommates?
yeah, like when I had Atlanta, we had a lot of Delta flight attendants, right? And, they wanna be in a quality home, they can't afford it on their own, okay? So there'd be like 4 flight attendants in one home, like a 4-bedroom home. And so, yeah, they weren't related, and then, as long as if one of them wanted to buy it, as long as they were on the lease, not all are required to be part of purchasing the home. Okay, so as long as that one of the people on the
Because
application.
originally they're not qualifying to buy it, they're qualifying to lease it.
Yeah, they're qualified to lease it, but what I'm saying is, if somebody wants to exercise their right to purchase, as long as it's one person on there, I mean, it could be all people that wanna actually go in and buying it, but if there is somebody that wants to purchase it, it has to be somebody from the original lease.
Did one of them have to originally qualify to buy it, or they just had?
No, it was just a lease. I was just kind of throwing in the fact that it reminded me to say that a lot of people they think that, say if there's 3 people on there, that those 3 people actually have to be the ones that buy it. It doesn't have to be, but no, they're only qualifying for a lease up front. That's all they're doing.
When you showed us the pre-qualification questionnaire, where, I'm on the website, where do you go to get it?
It's on, okay, so you'll go in the dashboard's gonna be where there's gonna be the invitation as well, on the left. And I don't know where it is on a phone, but on your PC or your computer, it's on the left, program guides and documents. You had a question, sorry, there was an original question from you.
Oh, no, my problem is that the client moved here, sold their house in Kansas, moved here, and got a hotel room for 30 days, thinking it was gonna be a quick,
Okay.
purchase. And they're still in the hotel room. So in this program, do you have to have an actual address? Because they currently do not, they're going from hotel to hotel. So how do you work with that type of situation?
Gosh, they use yours. We won't tell. I'm sure there's gotta be a way, but I'm gonna have to let you know on that. But you brought up another question, if somebody actually, maybe they sold their home and wants to start their life in Vegas, because who doesn't, right? We have to show income where they are, or a letter from their employer that they could be there. Now, this sounds like they're not working, are they not working either?
It's interesting because they're both disabled and they have 2 disabled children, so
Okay.
all of their income comes from that. But they have been pre-approved, so can I use their pre-approval?
No,
So
no, the pre-approval, they still have to do this, okay, so we'll want to talk separately, because you got a whole mess going on.
Yeah.
But I did want to mention that if somebody wants to move here, maybe they sold their home and they just want to come here and they want to kind of get going, we need to know that there's income, right? But, okay, this is happening a lot, especially in this area. If they can pay us 12 months up front, they would have to show that, put it in, they would have to show the bank statement showing they have it. What they can do is they can pay that 12 months up front and the 2 month security deposit, so 14 months, okay, up front, and we would not need to show that they're working, okay? And then actually after that, it just goes into payments after a year, and we don't recheck it. Okay, so there is kind of a way around it. If a lot of people are selling their homes, right? And they've got all this money in the bank and they can't get approved, right? So we can do that up front. They can actually prepay, in that scenario, they can do that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Fish up, because I got places to go, people to see after this. I'm sorry, I think you were next. Sorry.
If, someone is denied for whatever reason, how long before they're allowed to apply again?
Okay, so if they were denied, say maybe they've got too much debt, or maybe they didn't have enough income, as soon as they correct that, they can reapply at any point.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
And how would I do that? I've called, I've gotten 3 different answers, so I really want to like,
you would need to have a different email address.
just, okay, so.
Yeah, you would just invite them to another email address and they'd reapply.
So if someone's income went up and their
Yeah.
credit went up, just a different email,
Right,
go from
and they
there.
can reapply.
Okay,
The
and
only
then,
time that they can't reapply as soon as possible is when they're adding or subtracting somebody off the application, or obviously if somebody was evicted or whatever, because until they make that time frame, they wouldn't be able to.
okay.
But
so
yeah,
then-
debt and all that actually is very common. Maybe they got a raise and they paid off their debt, whatever.
It's
They can
exactly
reapply,
what
as long as
happened.
they feel comfortable that it would,
They paid off some debt and they started making more money. so.
yeah.
And then, I have a quick question. I showed one of the properties yesterday that's on the HPA site. And I think, well, I was, and we were gonna put in, I need to get it approved today. But
What
it has
have you
solar.
made it up?
I know, right? But it has solar, so that's why I'm a little.
Okay, so is it
It was
leased?
just put in 2019.
But is it leased or owned?
I don't.
Okay, if it's, okay, you're,
But it
need to
is
find
on
it out, because if
It's probably leased.
it's leased, it needs to be removed.
Okay, it has to be removed.
Yeah, it needs to be removed.
So the owner would have to remove it.
Mhm.
So I could still put in to approve this property.
Yeah,
if
but
the
make
sellers
sure that the
agree.
sellers will agree to it before you, send it in.
If the solar's paid off, that's fine.
If the solar's paid off, as long as it's not Tesla, it's fine.
So if paid off, totally okay.
As long as it's not Tesla.
One more question.
You know?
Did you go to 19?
Wait, I'm sorry, let me tell you, ITIN's, yes.
I just had a question before you leave. My portal looks a little bit different. The thing just says teachable.com, so am I in the wrong portal?
Yeah, it needs to be homepartners.com.
Teachable.com is the actual,
Yeah.
like the.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
online-
I think you're in the
learning.
self-paced training.
You're in the
Yeah.
training.
Are
That's
you
where
in
you're at.
this?
Yeah, I finished that,
Okay.
but I'm trying to log in, so I don't know what the actual portal is.
Homepartners.com. But you couldn't have done this without being registered at homepartners.com.
Just go back to the main page.
Yeah, because my dashboard looks nothing like that.
Okay, I'll try to run there because I do have another appointment and you guys need to
Okay.
get here as well. I'll take a quick look and see if I can figure it out. Sorry. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
What? My business card is there. That's got my cell phone number on. Please call me. No, I've got 3 appointments after this, so you'll probably get my voicemail. But yeah, I'm your human. Give me a call. We do have a customer service number as well. But yes, that's why I put my business cards there. You're welcome.